Yes, I am. Let me share my screen. Um, Thank you everyone for joining. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get your engineering bill of materials to your manufacturing bill of materials in just a few seconds. If you know what I'm saying, then you should lock in. If you don't know what I'm saying, that is okay. The E-bomb to M-bomb world is a bit niche. But I'm the partner manager here at CAD-TALK. I started in February of last year. And Seattle was my first Acumatica show. I really enjoyed it. If I got to meet you there, I'm glad I did. If I did not to meet you there, I'm sorry. And I hope to catch you next year in Seattle. But right into what CAD-TALK does, who we are. You're a good fit for CAD-TALK if you struggle with a problem that I have come to call the engineering handoff problem. The engineering handoff problem is something that virtually every manufacturer deals with if they design their products in a CAD solution, something like AutoCAD or SolidWorks or Creo, and need to get that information, that design information, into a manufacturing ready bill of material inside of SolidWorks or inside of Acumatica, excuse me. This handoff is often solved with a lot of manual data entry, a lot of copy and paste, a lot of workflows that require a lot of time, a lot of labor, a lot of man hours, and we come in and automate that process really quickly. And I'm going to show you what that looks like here in this click-through demo. This is a recording of a live demo, so everything you see here is going to be as if it were in real time. And we're in SolidWorks here, which is a very common CAD software that we come across. If you use, or if your organization uses a different CAD software, we work with virtually any CAD software, but here in SolidWorks, we are a native add-in in the ribbon. We work natively within SolidWorks so that your engineers don't have to leave their design environment and work within the ERP because they don't want to do that. They would prefer to just stay in one place and do all their work in one place. And you will just come here. You'll hit login to log into Acumatica using your Acumatica credentials. We can check that the login button is inactionable, meaning that our login to Acumatica is successful. Then I'll just hit the load SolidWorks file, select our configuration of the four gear set that we see on the screen, and hit OK. And then in real time here, we are seeing CAD-TALK here in the bottom left. You can see all the items that are being loaded, all this information on the left, quantities, part numbers, descriptions, everything that is in the SolidWorks file is being pulled from SolidWorks, and now you see is populated and being proposed as a manufacturing ready bill of material inside the CAD-TALK workbench. When this CAD-TALK workbench pops up, you may notice that there are a lot of colors sort of staring you at the face. And this is designed to be bright and information heavy so that you can look at the colors knowing exactly what it is that you're looking at. So anything that is red means that it is something that is new, something that Acumatica does not currently have in its system, and something that you're pushing to from the CAD into the ERP. So this does not currently exist in Acumatica. We're creating this item, we're creating this routing, we're creating this bill of material. Anything is yellow, like this icon here or this icon here, is something that, for example, this part number exists in Acumatica. However, we are changing something about it. If it's yellow, that means that we're creating an update to the system. And anything that is green means that everything that exists in Acumatica is the same as it exists in the CAD system and vice versa. So if we wanted to learn a little bit more, we can always punch in to, well, for example, this yellow icon item here, we'll select it and we can see a bit more information about what's being changed here in the panel. On the left, we see that one item is highlighted. It is the description. We're changing this original description of propeller shaft initial to this current proposed description of just propeller shaft. I think that works just fine. And so that is all okay with me. After I reviewed everything, I can just click save and push all this information over. But I would love to pause here and talk a little bit about what is happening in the background. So everything that just happened in the span of about 15 seconds when CAD-TALK was pulling all this information from SolidWorks and is now proposing this bill of material is that is not just making a simple copy and paste. It's not just a one-to-one mapping, but rather there are a lot of decisions being made in real time by the software using our configurable rules engine. What that means is that, sure, if you wanted to just copy and paste all of this, you wanted to just do a one-to-one mapping, that's fine. You can use Excel. You're free to go. That's okay. However, if you wanted to use CAD-Talk or a integration tool to make real meaningful decisions that someone on your team is already spending probably hours at a time each and every day doing, then you're going to need something that creates things like this bill of material line here, 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 as well as work centers and operations here, 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 things that do not currently exist with the CAD data that you are pulling from something like SolidWorks. Instead, what will happen is someone in your organization is going to have to look at that information and take meaningful time out of their day to decide, based on the information that is in your CAD design, what work center should it go to? What saw should it go to? What order should these things be assembled? And I guarantee you that the hours and hours that they spend week in and week out doing that stuff can be better used and is more valuable doing other work. What CADTalk does is it takes your rules, your business processes, bakes it into our configuration, and then makes those decisions for you, creating those work center or creating those routings and operations, creating those bill of materials, updating items, creating new items, and helping you in that engineering change process. As the complexity of items compounds. You see here, this is a relatively simple gear shaft assembly. Just imagine if this were an assembly that takes up about 500 lines here in the CADTalk workbench. That quickly becomes a very tedious task to ensure that all of that information is accurate. And we have indeed checked that all the information is accurate. We want to push it. All we do is click save. And in the next 10 seconds, we're going to see that CADTalk is now taking this proposed build material, is pushing all of that information and creating a bill of material within Acumatica that previously did not exist. And so in a moment, all these icons will turn green, and here we see that that is true. And we can double check our work in Acumatica if we wanted. All we would do is copy our inventory ID of this master item at the top. We would copy that, sign into Acumatica, go over to the bill of material section, paste that over here. Let me move my section of Zoom real quick and then click into the bill of material line right here. All of that happened extremely quickly, but I talked a lot in the middle, and I have a few spare seconds or a few spare minutes to go through it. So I would love to just capture, if I can, the speed at which CADTalk actually works for your organization. So if we were to go back all the way to the beginning, we have not yet logged in. All we do is log in. Let's assume it takes 5 seconds for this to upload. We enter our credentials. We log into Acumatica. We're logged in for sure. Here we load our SolidWorks file. Let's assume that maybe this window takes 5 seconds to load as well. It pops up. We hit the 4 gear set. We hit OK. Now all of this is happening over the course of maybe 15, 30 seconds. In this time, what you would have been doing is so opening up a Excel spreadsheet, exporting all this information from SolidWorks, copying it into an Excel spreadsheet, all of that jazz, things that take an immense amount of time. And all in that time, we have this workbench pop up here in CADTalk. We assess, make sure that everything is accurate. We check, do we want this description? Yes, we want this description. You might say, Chris, there's 2 items in yellow here. So just for the sake of the illustration, I'll go back 2 slides. Let's select into this one. Select, okay, I like that description as well. That's not too bad. I've checked everything. And if you wanted to, once you use CADTalk more and more, you may just come to the realization that CADTalk, each and every time it gets the information from the CAD system correct. So you may not even want to do the step of reviewing, or you can fully automate it and this window doesn't even pop up. But if it does, you can just click save, then boom. In about 10 seconds, everything is going to be green, and then you know it is ready in Acumatica. And I started that at 1:41 my time on the East Coast, and currently it is 1:43, and we have a fully ready bill of material inside of Acumatica, just like that. So there you have it. That is CAD Talk in action. And the question is CAD Talk right for you? If you spend a lot of time manually getting your engineering bill of material information into a manufacturing ready bill of material inside of Acumatica, or you have a lot of complex bills of material, or you have a robust and engineering change process that you use frequently, you're constantly changing your information, or if you have someone on your team who's a bottleneck in production because they're the only one who knows how the whole system works. We can take that information, create business process rules, and become a configurable platform that you can use day in and day out and really get a lot of your team's time back and get you to market faster. If you do have any questions, you can always email me here at christopher.kennedy@cadtalk.com, or you can find me on LinkedIn, Chris Kennedy, or you can go to cadtalk.com/demo or find more information about all your automation needs at cadtalk.com/journey.